Good morning. Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. It's a beautiful Thursday, June 2nd. And, you know, you may be looking for a way to volunteer. And how you can do that is an excellent program that I was actually involved in for a while up here. It's Big Brothers Big Sisters Utah. And we have Linda Shaw in studio with us to tell us all about it. And also one of the bigs who Kristen, you've actually been a big for 5 years now.
Going on my fifth year, yep.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's, you know, you don't always hear that. And sometimes you do hear people that are saying, oh, for 17 years I have kept in touch with my little, and it continues through their lifetime. So, you know, it can be it's like a match made in heaven, honestly, right?
Yeah, to be cliche, it surely is.
It is, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Linda, let's start with you. Why don't you talk to us about Big Brothers Big Sisters, and really, there's a great need for volunteers.
There is. So what Big Brothers Big Sisters is a one-to-one mentoring program. We match people in the community with children in the community, and you go out and you do activities that both of you are interested in, and explore, you know, nature, take up chess, whatever is of interest to you.
And when you say match, they don't take that lightly, because I know that when I was being matched with my little, who actually moved away to Virginia, so that's why we ended. Her dad got a new job, and so she moved. But, you know, you go in for interviews, and you really take into consideration my interests and the little's interests, and matching those people accordingly, which I was really impressed with, because I could not believe how well I connected with my little just right off the bat.
And that's the key right there, is finding similar interests so there is a natural friendship, because it would be so awkward to have this little person in your life and not know what to do with, or have this strange adult person in your life. And so we do take a lot of time to find out about the volunteer and about the child. We go through a nationwide background check to ensure safety for everybody involved.
Which is very good to take into consideration, you know, when you're dealing with these kids. But it's also really important, too, that, you know, the reason I actually ended up doing this was because it worked with my schedule. I think that's one of the biggest things, too, and I think, Kristen, you can kind of touch on this, too. Is when you're committing to it, you are committing to, it's a big commitment in the sense that you take on the responsibility of this child, but it's also great because you can do it according to your schedule. You know, there's fun parties that you plan that you can do as a big group, but everything's kind of optional, and you commit to X amount of times a month of being with your little, right?
That's right, yes. And they look forward to it. They expect you to show up.
Oh, they do.
You know, every week. They look forward to your activities, and you know, they need to know that you're going to be consistent in their life.
Tell us about your relationship with your little.
Well, I started as a school-based match, which is strictly that, at school. And I would...
So you go in and help them read
I would
and
meet,
things like that.
Exactly. My little didn't have a lot of resources at home to do some of the projects that were required. So I would show up at school and pull her out of the classroom, and we would work on book reports or have lunch together, or go on the playground.
And she was how old when you started?
She was in 3rd grade.
Wow, so you've seen some big changes from 3rd grade to
Absolutely.
now 7th grade.
7th grade, and now we're a community-based match. And we have moved on to doing things such as community service hours, which is a requirement for the middle school here. So we've spent a lot of time working at Friends of Animals, volunteering, walking the dogs, and taking care of the cats, as well as participating in some of the activities that Big Brothers Big Sisters does have available for your matches. So you can, you know, fulfill your hours of service there.
And it's such a rewarding, and you definitely see the gratification from just that one individual and how you have changed their life, but also how they've impacted your life. I'm sure you've seen that too, Linda. You know, you probably hear stories from the bigs that say, you know, I wanted to do this, but it's impacted me so much more than I thought. You hear that oftentimes when you volunteer.
Absolutely. I've got stories and stories of volunteers that come up and say thank you for this great opportunity. One said it prepared me for being a better parent, and you know, people love to be able to play again and explore that world of imagination and creativity that they normally don't get to do.
Well, and I remember meeting one of the bigs when I was involved with the program as well, and they couldn't have children, and so this was their way to be involved and still get their needs met too, in the sense that they were surrounded by children, and kind of taking on the role of feeling like that was their child in a way, you know, or at least for the time they're with that child, you know, really taking them into their life. And it was one of those things. It was kind of like, gosh, I need to do something. I need to volunteer. And then started looking into different programs, and this one it totally fit. And you know, you said too as well, some of the programs that Big Brothers Big Sisters plans are so much fun. Like you do ice skating in, you know, the winter time, and you get tickets to really fun activities as well.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, they do a wonderful job providing opportunities, and not, you know, and it's not a big financial commitment on your part. You know, they don't want it to be that, so they do provide tickets to the Bees games, or every once in a while a jazz game ticket, you know, come along, tickets to the zoo, you know, so lots of opportunities. Even I took my little skiing this year, and there were vouchers for ski equipment rentals and ski tickets, so you know, what an opportunity for her. She's never been skiing. She's lived all her life.
Absolutely.
So
there
she is. Yeah,
now.
that's right.
Now, Linda, if people are at home and they're wondering if they can get involved, you know, you're telling them we'll do background checks, but are there requirements you have to meet to be a big?
We ask that you commit 1 year. Like Kristen said, that consistency is key. They haven't had that, so it's very important. We have match support specialists that are going to help you and your little create this relationship and support this relationship. So you're not in it alone. We are there to answer any questions that you may have that arise in that friendship as you develop it. The national background check for safety as well, and really that's all that we ask of you.
And the commitment usually on a month, is it every week or is it a couple times?
We ask for 3 to 4 times a month. Kristen has met consistently every week for 4 years, 5 years
That's
now.
impressive,
And it can be
Kristen.
something as simple as going out to get an ice cream cone, you
Yeah.
know, just or taking my dog for a walk. She doesn't have pets, and so we'll take my dog for a walk. So
And
I'm,
just
you know,
talk.
yeah, exactly.
Or maybe just
Yeah, it
visit
can
or
be very
help them
creative.
with homework.
That's right.
It doesn't have to be big, huge activities every
No,
week. It's
yeah.
not something to burden you, but it definitely is to impact both of your lives.
Yes.
So, got females and males, right?
Right.
And do you always match females and males separately, or do you ever, you know, could Kristen be matched with a boy or so?
In rare situations, we do, but the child needs to ask for that. And we would only match a big sister with a little brother. A big brother will only be matched with a little brother.
Okay.
And that's just the policy nationwide, and we just continue that.
Perfect. So if they do want to get involved here in Utah, where are you guys located and how can they find out more information?
Log on to www.bbbsu.org or give us a call at 435-649-9366. We're here in Park City, and interviews are being scheduled now. We'd love to get you in because summer's a great time to get started.
It really is. And that's when I started as well, and it was such a fun time. We'd go to the park, you know, for one of our activities. I lived really close to City Park, so we'd just head down and we'd play on the swing sets, and it was always really fun. So I do highly recommend it if you are looking to volunteer in some way or do something. Definitely is a good thing to get involved in. And Kristen, I think you are one of the bigs that prove how much fun it can be and how long of a lasting relationship you can create.
And you have a new community that enters your life.
Yeah.
You know, my little parents have just embraced me in this whole experience together, and you know that in itself is rewarding.
It's a lot of fun. It really is. So nice to meet you.
Nice
Thank
to meet
you so
you.
much
Thank you
for coming in, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a short break here on the Mountain Morning Show. Make sure to stay with us. It's 37 minutes past the hour. We'll be right back here on the Mountain Morning Show.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Was Abe Lincoln honest?
Does this dress make my backside look big? Perhaps it will.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do dogs chase cats?
If you had the all-new Ford Explorer for a week, what would you go to? For inspiration, go to explorergodo.com and see the amazing once-in-a-lifetime adventures people are taking in the Explorer. Then, dream big and enter to win your own adventure with family or friends. Just go to explorergodo.com today.
So every year my family throws this great reunion in Austin. But this year I can only afford one trip, and I've always wanted to learn how to surf. Austin's great, just not for surfing. So I checked out Hotwire, and by booking with them, I saved enough to swing